All right, first of all, Bear Mountain is almost at 4,000 feet elevation. So with the changes to GSPRO, you can now experience, double what the standard was. Also, I noticed that they moved it backwards to 2000, where just for a brief moment during that version 1.3 update, it was 2500. That's now corrected. So, Bear Mountain, 4,000 feet almost. I'm going to take you through this round because it was like hilariously frustrating. I think I'm swinging it good. I feel like I'm compressing it good. The numbers look pretty good. I mean, look at that. 4.5 to the right, 4.5 open, a face to path of like 0. And then we nail this 3 wood off the deck and start off with a birdie. So far so good. Another decent drive. Turn the face over just a little bit, but we'll end up in the rough. The Bear Mountain course has a lot of features too. Tons of trees and mountains and weeds and different types of rough and whatever. And so it was really choppy on my computer. I know my computer's not the greatest thing to compare to anything, but some of the courses run super smooth on my settings. This one, however, not that great. All right, so we fluffed that one in there for a par. We hit another okay drive. We're trying to go probably 8-iron here. Smooth, and we just turn the face over again a little bit. 192, I hit a bullet over the green. Luckily it stays pretty close, and I'm able to chip it into the circle. And another par. So a lot of my rounds lately have been kind of like this, where through 4 or 5 holes, I'm grooving. I got pars, I got a birdie, 2 birdies, and then I will just fall apart, either chipping or hitting something off the toe that's like 1/2 the distance I wanted to go, and now I have an extra shot. Like, for some reason, this just happens to me, and it happened to me out on the real course too. That was a decent little chip in to save the par. I played recently out in real life, and granted, we were having like 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, so it was almost impossible at times, but some holes we had downwind drives of 400 yards and little chips on for par 4s and par 5s, so we definitely had some advantages, but I just could not get chipping distances down, and I couldn't get some of my irons down, and I hit a bunch of clubs like 20 yards over the green, so that's something I need to investigate on a day that's not so windy. Here I come up really short, trying to probably hit a 7-iron up there. Chipping it out, and hopefully it stays in, and it does not, by about an inch. That one becomes a bogey. So this becomes kind of the trend here. Decent drive there with, if you look on the launch angle side, I'm trying to get that to like 0 or positive 1, 2, 3. So 1 is in the right direction. I was swinging like 6 or 7 down with the driver. And like here, literally 20 yards too far. So just bad control. And then this drive, wow. I heel pulled that into the other fairway. And then I was trying to be cool and do some sort of draw around the tree. And of course, the trees in GSPRO are brutal. So that didn't surprise me, actually. Got to hit the same club now. Definitely opened the face and left it out there. And the distance would have been okay, but Again, just not clicking on all cylinders on some of these holes. And then there's a perfect example of what is happening to me in real life as well. Is I go to hit a chip, and for some reason I hit it 1/2 as long, and then right there I hit it too far. So we get a triple bogey there. This is the island green, meant to be like TPC Sawgrass, and I pull it immediately into the water. So I'm like, great, let's keep going here. Take the drop. And hit it in the water. Take another drop. And hit a decent shot, but it hangs just outside the circle for a 2-putt +4. So now mentally is when it's like, what am I doing here? I'm surprised I get a decent drive. We go 0 path, 0 face, and hit one out there pretty good. Probably an 8-iron here. And this one came off nice. And I thought it was perfect, and it bounces 90 degrees to the right. I was so pissed. See if we can get a chip close. Of course not. Just outside the circle. 2-putt, another bogey. We are at +10 all of a sudden. It's only been like 4 holes. Here I thought I hit it in the water, but luckily I hit it like horrible. But look at the launch angle there. We get to +1 almost. And then here going for it. Swung a little bit across my body, but I thought it was going to roll in for a easy birdie. Now I got to make it in the circle for a birdie. Chip and eagle. Oh, so close. So we get one back at 12. Going to 13. I tried to pull that one around for some reason. Comment on Bear Mountain. Whoever made it, the details in the scenery and the backdrops and the trees and the elevation and the ground is pretty astonishing. So this might have been one of the LiDAR ones. If it wasn't, then touche to the person who handmade all this. Trying to go for it here, 250 up the hill and come up hugely short. A pretty good chip, but again long and at least 10 feet to the left. This one comes off dead straight and promptly bounces into the rough. So the round was just like falling apart at this point. And that fits right in. At least I stayed in the circle. You see how happy I was. But bouncing it off of the pin, of course. Here's another drive, 1 degree, 1 degree, little draw. Somehow I want to get the spin down on the launch monitor, but it's all calculated. So I think I have to be swinging up, 4 or 5 degrees and still be hitting it 16 launch, which I'm not sure how to do that. So something to work on for me in my driving. Again, over the green, and then me really not chipping it well. I got lucky that it was a downhill. Here's a huge downhill, and I promptly pull it immediately. You see, club to path is almost 0, and if I just keep the face straight through the zone, that thing's probably right on the money. Little slider out, and of course it runs all the way across the green. 5400 spin apparently doesn't do anything. And then, I can't make it again, and it goes over for another 2-putt, and that's a double bogey. So things continuing to fall apart. But again, another good drive. Look at this, +4 with a 3-wood. And launching at 18 degrees. And they still gave me 4,300 spin on the Garmin, so I don't know about that. I did come across it a little bit. A distance that I should be good at, 80 yards, comes off pretty straight and promptly bounces into the rough. So again, Bear Mountain continuing to dominate me. and chipped it outside the circle and cannot save par. So we have one hole left for dignity at this point, because the score has been gone for a long time, and I of course pull it into some sort of ditch. It's a par 5, so I think I have a 4-iron. Let's just get it out. We advance it. Should have a reasonable club in, a pitching wedge or something. Let's see how we can end the day. Oh, and I get super lucky and par out for a plus 12 with a double, a triple, and a quad. Bear Mountain summary. Beautiful, but kicked my ass and is pretty deadly.